All right, we are back. Hopefully that takes care of that problem. If not, then I don't know what to do. Why were you asking about Thunderwave? Isn't Thunderwave a druid spell anyway? Am I wrong and Thunderwave is not druid spell? I could be. God, I haven't played druid in forever. Yeah, bard, druid, sorcerer, wizard. Alright. So, Wild Companion. So I'm not going to complain too much about this one. It is basically not great at higher levels, but it is good for picking up downed enemies. Like, your front line goes down, you can pick them up. And unless they change a whole lot of stuff in the next edition compared to this edition, healing is really only really that useful when you're doing that. Yeah, that's why I reset. Oh my god, is it still delayed? If it is, wait, hold on. Let me look at my settings. Maybe I screwed something up. Because there is a setting to delay it like that, but I didn't think I turned that on. Where the hell are my settings? I'm such a professional streamer, everyone. Like, I'm the best streamer in the history of streaming. Because, that's what all awesome streamers say is, where the hell are my settings? So let me go back to here. Let me go back to here. Let me go back to here. Let me go to here. Let me look at my settings and see if that thing is set up like that. God, I gotta find it. Record days, stream lookup, gaming, allow comments, whole comment. Yeah, it shouldn't be delayed like that, but whatever. Whatever, we'll just deal with it, I guess. It's my own, I guess we'll just deal with it, yay. Because I don't see where that setting is. I saw it before, but I definitely didn't turn it on, so who the hell knows? Here we go to customization. Ah, there it is. There's a set. Oh, no, slow mode is not on. So, it's just doing that. Here, let's turn on slow mode and make it 1 second. Maybe that'll make, no, that won't make it faster. I'll leave that off. All right. All right, back to the stuff. We'll just deal with it, guys and gals and people and not people, if any not people are in here. So let me get my chat back where I need it, and we will just deal with what we got to deal with. Close, biatch. All right, let me put this back over here so I can see chat. And hopefully it's not too far behind. Is it normally 30 seconds? Wow, that's crappy. Oh well. Let's do it. There you go. Slow mode is off. Chat away. Yeah, that's annoying. I'll tell you what, I'll just talk slower. Wild Companion. Yeah, I'm not doing that. You can summon a natural spirit that assumes an animal form to aid you. As a magic action, you spend a use of fine channel and cast fine. Spend a use of your channel of nature and cast the fine familiar without magical components. That's kind of cool. When you cast that spell, oh, you get a familiar now? Nice. Ah, it disappears on a long rest? That's crappy. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about slow mode then, but thanks. Alright. At level 3, your druid subclass, and we're talking Circle the Moon here, another subclass. Why are we, talking about level 3 when they still haven't told me what animals I can wild shape into? That's my question. Alright. Circle the Moon, I always like Circle the Moon. It's my favorite one, actually. There are some other cool ones, but I like Circle the Moon. Just changing into animals is awesome. Change it to, a different animal for each situation. Now, I know there are animals that are your go-to, but this plays times where you change to different animals is pretty awesome. I think I need to get a straw. So, subclasses, I know what a subclass is. 4th level, you get a feat. You get the ability score improvement feat, or another feat. Oh, that's what it is. Just wait for it. Wow, that is not filling me with any trepidation at all. I'm sure this is going to be great now. It is weird they still haven't showed that. All right, what's this Mightiest of the Land? Your connection with the land deepens and empowering the animal of the land form of your wild shape. When are they going to tell me? You unlock the form's climb speed and multi-attack. Wait, what? What? Nope, moving on. I think you guys just had me jumpy because I don't like the way that sounded. I mean, what do they mean? You unlock Animal of the Land form, empowering your Animal of the Land form. Alright, let's move on. They'll tell me more about it later. You get a new feature with level 7, you get a new form for your wild shape, Animal of the Sea. Do you only have like 3 different animals or 4 different animals you can change into? Is that what they did? Which is designed in the wild shape section later in this. Is that what they did? You can't change into whatever the hell you want anymore? As long as it fits the... No way. They wouldn't have ruined it like that. Wait, this is the same company that just did that whole UGL thing. They totally ruined it like that, didn't they? Level 8, you get a feat. Level 9, aerial form. You learn a new form for your wild shape, Animal of the Sky. 3. Subclass feature, Tiny Critter. What the hell is Tiny Critter? You gain the ability to become a tiny creature when you transform into wild... What? That's a complete nerf of wild shape. Like, you can turn into a freaking spider at level 1. Now, at level 8, and you can only be one for 10 minutes? And the damage you deal in that... Wait, the damage you deal in that form is halved? That could come in useful at times, but I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Rats, cats, birds. Okay, there you go. I understand what you're saying. So not a spider. Are spiders considered less than tiny? Is there even a size less than tiny? I don't like that, because you could do that at level 1 now. Why would you even freaking turn into one of those creatures? But I guess it's just making one of your forms tiny. So you can still do all the stuff you can do in your forms, which I don't think I'm going to like. Level 13, alternating forms. You can now rapidly switch between a wild shape form and your normal form. If you're in a wild shape form, you can switch to your normal form back as a bonus action. You can then switch back into the wild shape form within the next minute as a bonus action. Neither switch expands the use of wild shape. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, spiders are tiny. So tiny is the smallest they have then. Then we get a subclass, Wild Resurgence. When you use your wild shape, primal magic radiates from you, allows you to use Healing Blossom as part of the same use of the channel nature. Okay. That's, yeah. Okay, whatever. Wild shape microtransactions. My god, don't give wizards any freaking ideas. You gain the ability to score improvement feat or another feat of your choice that you... Okay, whatever. Beast spells. Ooh, beast spells. You can cast spells in any wild shape form. When in the form, you can perform somatic and verbal components, and don't need to provide free material components. If a spell contains his... Okay, so you can basically class free spells. Ooh, you get to be an Arch Druid at level 18. Let's see what that does. Whenever you roll initiative, you regain 1 use of your channel nature. Additional that you wield every cause you... Well, that's just garbage. Woohoo. I'm sorry, I'm just comparing it to, like, Arch Druid now. And, like, Arch Druid now is... Where is it? No. Isn't it you can wild shape as many times as you want? Yeah. So they changed it from you can wild shape as many times as you want to you get 1 extra use every time you roll. Oh my god. That's craptastic. You're right, it does. Well, maybe the level 20 thing makes up for it. Choose one of your ability scores. That score increases by 2, and this increase can raise it over 20, but not... That's crappy. You gain the epic boon of spell recall or another epic boon or whatever. You feature them more powerful than the version previously offered in the clerics. Okay. Alright, here we go. Wild shapes. When you use your wild shape, you transform into a form you've learned in this feature. For this feature. This section includes 3 forms. Animal of the land, animal of the sea, animal of the sky. As you assume a form, you determine its appearance, selecting an example animal from the form's description, selecting another appropriate animal, or choosing a hybrid form that incorporates blah, blah, blah. When choosing an animal's appearance for a form, that animal needn't be the size of the form. For example, you can choose an elephant and appear... Okay. That's just cosmetic bullshit. That's all that is, cosmetic. Who gives a shit about that? That's not, like, useful. Archmage was such a jump in power. Archdruid was a very big jump in power, especially for a Moon Druid. It made Moon Druid, like, crazy powerful. So you're correct about that, but man, that is very underwhelming. Whoop-de-shit, you get 1 extra use every time you roll freaking initiative. Yeah, you're right. It was. Your poor bear puns. It's all template. Now, that's what it looks like. Is it really just... All right. Armor class 10 plus your wisdom modifier. Hit points, you continue... Your hit points don't change? Strength dex equals your wisdom score. Con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma equal. Use your scores. You get dark vision, languages, and you can talk, we already said. You get a D8 of damage, and... Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. They just took everything that made Druid fun, unique, and interesting, and said, screw you. Turn to this, bitch. Or you can turn to something that swims and hit for less. You have more dark vision, at least. And only dex equals your wisdom score on here. What about the sky? I bet you're even weaker there, aren't you? Oh, it's a deep... What kind of logic... I can't yell, because I don't... What kind of logic is that? Your first one you get hits with a D8. Your second one you get at higher level hits with a D6. And the last one you get hits with a D-frickin-4. And the damage does not frickin' stack. I have not seen anything about these attacks being magical either, which means it's going to be completely useless at high levels. God, this is crap. I'll tell you one thing, if I do end up playing this crap edition of D&D, I'm never going to play a Druid. Look at that. Although I will say, Flyby's pretty badass. But still, you can hit with your big freaking 1d4 plus maybe 5 with Flyby. Oh, this is god-awful. Like, the coolest thing about being a Druid, especially a Moon Druid, was like, oh, you know what? In this situation, I'm going to turn into a dire wolf. Uh-oh, it's a different situation. Giant hyena time. Oh, look, different situation. What else did I turn into? I don't know. A Spoa. Yeah, remember how Druids could use class features while... Remember how Druids could use class features while in wild shape. Yeah. Need some caffeine for this bitch. Wow, I really don't like that. Seriously, Druids just went from one of my favorite classes to my least favorite class in this new edition. But I'm sure Wizards will disappoint with other stuff too. I mean, I seriously doubt Paladin's going to be as disappointed as Druid has become. I can't believe they fucked up Wild Shape. Like, I cannot believe that. Alright, let's see if Circle the Moon actually makes it worth anything. I don't even imagine how. You know, imagine that allow you to transform quickly and give you benefits, aberration spells. In wire space, you can use your current aberration spells. Anyone know off the top of the head what are some... Yeah, they could use racial features too if it worked out. That's true, I remember that. What are some aberration spells off the top of their head? Would any of those be useful in beast form? This is god-awful. Let's see what's in the aberration school. Because I don't know. These can't be... Oh, no, that's not it. That's just the school of it. Yeah, that's... Ugh. Which one of these... Mage armor, I guess? Wait, Druids probably don't even get that then. So which one of these spells would you actually... Shield, maybe, if Druids get that? In this new version? I'm not seeing any of these spells that you'd actually cast as a Druid in Wild Shape. Banishment? No, they already nerfed that. That I understand with, though, actually. Stone Skin, maybe. That's 4th level. and concentration, which kind of defeats the purpose of being a tank, but whatever. I mean, I guess it doesn't, but it makes it a little bit harder. What am I looking for? Druids used to get absorb elements. Yeah, Druids used to get lots of cool shit. Now they can turn into a beast of the goddamn air. Or sea. Or whatever. I guess I have to look at the spells and see what can be useful. And now you can do it as a bonus action or magic action. Level 6, elemental. Oh, elemental wild shape. You still get those? That could be good. And at level 6, no less. Pass without trace and stone skin. Okay. Would you really bother doing pass without trace and why? I mean, I guess situationally. I mean, it's not good, but doesn't compare to what the hell you got now. It's very, like, underwhelming. It's like basically the arch-druid of Circle of the Moon. Channel ancient lure magic to imbue your wild shape form with powers from the elemental planes. Wait, what? All you get to do is... Wait. You get resistance to this type of thing, which is actually not bad. And your damage now is that type... It doesn't even do extra damage? Listen, tanks can concentrate. Yeah. I agree, Adam. At 10th level, we get elemental strikes when you deal damage. Okay, there's your extra damage. An extra d6, which is but okay. I guess you're not doing this to do damage anyway, because by 10th level, if you're doing a 2d6 plus your wisdom, once per attack, and you don't get multi-attack, you're not really keeping up with anybody. And the 17th level, 3d6, yeah, you're not really keeping up with anybody with that crap. You have learned to use lunar magic to alter your physical form in innumerable ways. You can have the alter self spell prepared. Yeah. That's the replacement for magic damage. I mean, I guess it would kind of, but yeah, I don't like that. Because it's not magic damage. Because if you have something that's immune or resistant to anything but magic damage, this ain't going to do it. I don't think any of these types count as magic damage unless it specifically says it. Alright, well that was a goddamn disappointment. Yeah, I figured we were. So note to self. In 6E, or whatever the hell they call it, crap E, don't play a druid. Alright, so Paladin's going to be better, right? Paladin's going to be awesome. They didn't fuck with Paladin, did they? Let's see. Lay on hands, spellcast. Oh, let's just look at what this stuff does. I know what this stuff does. I've actually taken a Paladin to decently high levels. That's the same. Yeah, see, I don't give a damn what it looks like. I give a damn what it can do. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. But, like, I'm the kind of guy that never buys skins in games because I don't give a shit about, like, cosmetic stuff. I care about, like, tangible stuff. So, yeah, I don't really care that you can look like whatever you want. It's like cool if you do, but that is not my bag, baby. Oh, there is no magic damage? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this at all. Alright, let's see. This looks similar. This looks similar. 9 gold pieces. That's a very random number. Alright, let's take a look at melee on hands. It's probably... Last time you can pull hit or planes, so you take a long rest. With the pull, you can restore a total no hit equal 5 times your paladin level. Okay, that's the same as it was. Touch a creature and draw power from that pool of healing to restore a number of hit points of that creature up to the maximum. You can spend 5 hit points to remove the poison condition. I think that's pretty much the same as it was, right? I think the only difference is, and I could be wrong, it's been a while since I played Druid or Paladin. It wasn't just the poison condition you could spend the 5 points to get rid of. There you go. You can cure multiple diseases. Alright. Alternately, you spend 5 points, you can do poison or disease. That's a bit of a nerf. Yeah. If you couldn't tell by looking at me, I'm not his cosmetic guy. You probably could tell. So that's not a big nerf, but that's a little nerf, so whatever. Yep, it doesn't say that, right? No disease. Poison condition with creatures, rather than using these points to restore healing. Paired spell, Thunderous Smite. Okay, whatever. I don't care about that right now. I'll look at spells later. Oh, I didn't even look. Are they a half caster now? Wait. Hold. Oh yeah, I guess they get 2 level 1 spells at first level? Why get rid of it? Because Wizards wants to just screw over everybody. It's like, you know what? We screwed over Druids. Let's screw over everyone else. Teach you... You know what it is. Teach you fuckers not to let us change the OGL. That'll show them. That's what it is. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what they have on their t-shirts for, like, team building days at Wizards HQ. It says, teach those fuckers to mess with our OGL. That's their new that's their new motto. Alright, let's take a look at what else we got. Divine Smite. Here we go. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Cantrips, that's not bad. What cantrips do they recommend for a druid? I mean, druid. God, I'm still on druids. Resistance and spare the dying. Resistance? Actually, if I remember correctly, they made resistance better now, didn't they? Alright, moving on. When you strike a target, you can channel divinity to strike. Immediately after you hit the target with an attack roll using a weapon or an unarmed strike, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target. The damage is 2d8 for first level spell slot, plus 1d8 for... That seems like the same. You can use Divine Smite no more than once per turn. That sucks. And you can't use it on the same turn you cast a spell. Remember, open game license. Man. I don't know, actually, I mean, I'm not going to complain about paladins getting cantrips now, but it just seems very un-paladin-like to be sitting back there pew-pewing with your firebolt or whatever, Sacred Flame, instead of in there hip deep in the blood with your sword swinging, or your hammer swinging, or your mace swinging, or whatever the hell you're swinging. But, am I wrong right now in saying you could use Divine Smite more than one turn now? Okay, that's what I thought, son. I thought you could use it more than once a turn now. So that's a crappy nerf. But hey, you can use cantrips now. That's what I'm going to say every time we see something stupid. I'm going to say, but hey, you can use cantrips now. Alright, you get a fighting style. Defense, feat. Wait. The fighting style. Defense, feat, or you gain another fighting style of your choice at 2nd level. Okay, wait, what? Okay, whatever. Did it say somewhere you got a fighting style already? Sorry. No, it didn't say you got a... Alright, hold on, I gotta reread that. You can have a ranged paladin? Oh, that's true, it didn't say you had to be melee attacks. Still, I don't want to be a ranged paladin. And you're right, you can't use cantrips and smite at the same time because you can't use a spell at the same time. But honestly, I'm going to tell you, whenever I played... No booming blade plus smite. Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that one. Alright, let me get back to where I was, because I think I read this wrong. So yeah, they're definitely nerfing paladins, but... I mean, the ranged option is interesting. It's a few more options than we've ever had, but... I don't know, like I said, a paladin at range? Seems like a druid that can't wild shape into anything cool. Oh wait, we already saw that. Goddamn wizards. You know what? I almost guarantee you the same person that wrote Druid is the jerk that wrote the original draft of the new OGL. I can see that kind of like stink all over it. So, you have honed your martial prowess and gained the fighting style, defense feat. Or you gain another fighting... Okay, I see. So, defense feat is a fighting style now. Oh, melee clerics are awesome. Whenever you gain a feat at later levels, fighting style feats are among your options, even though you aren't a member of the warrior group. Okay, so you can get fighting style feats now. You can channel divine energy directly from the outer planes, using energy to fuel magical effects. You start with one such effect, Divine Sense, which is described below. Other paladin features give additional channel divinity effects options. Each time you use your channel divinity, you choose which effect to create from among those you have on this class. They lied to me. It's not below. It's above. They said below. Liars. Stinking liars. All right. You regain 1 expanded use when you finish a short rest, and you regain all expanded use on a long rest. I'm not a big fan of that either. Although I think now Paladins only get them back on a long rest anyway. But I'll double check. Although I'm sure one of you know. Let's see. Where was that? Divine Smite, Divine Health, Channel Divinity. You may then finish... Oh, you get them on short rest. So it's a little bit worse. For the next 10 minutes, you know the location of any creature of that type within 60 feet of yourself, and you know the creature type within the radius. You can also detect presence of any place or object that has been consecrated, distracted, as in with the Hollow spell. Yeah, you used to get all, but now you just get 1, I guess, on a short rest. Am I wrong in saying that Divine Sense before you couldn't see like over wall? You couldn't see it through walls and stuff like that? Oh no, that's Detect Evil, I think. Alright, we'll look at the subclasses later. 5th level, extra attack. Too bad you can't Divine Smite on both of them, jackass. 5th level, also Faithful Steed. You call in, you always have the Divine Steed spell prepared. It doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare. Its cast time is an action. You can also cast a spell once without expanding a spell slot, and you regain the ability to do so when you finish long rest. Okay. Wait, and it doesn't disappear? That's cool. Yeah, so before you couldn't see through walls, I guess they removed that, so now you can just see anything no matter what. Interesting. Ooh, here we go. Auras of protection. Auras were like one of the coolest things about Paladins. You have a protection, invisible aura. You and your allies in the aura gain a bonus to saving throws equal to your charisma modifier, minimum of 1. That's not bad. If another paladin is present, a creature can benefit from only 1 aura of protection. Okay, I think that's pretty close to what it is now. You get Abjure Foes. I don't think I've ever used that, but one of your channel to overwhelm foes with divine awe. As you present your holy symbol or weapon, you can target a number of creatures equal to charisma modifier, minimum of 1. You can see each target creature must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target has the dazed and frightened condition for 1 minute, or until it takes damage. On a successful save, the target has a dazed condition for 1 minute, or until it takes damage. Is dazed new? Let's go look down. Let's do it. When dazed, you experience the following effect. You can move or take 1 action on your turn, but not both. So it's like being slowed. Yeah, that's what I figured out, or that's what they told me, real. I did not know that, but yeah. So here's what Daze does. It's a slowed spell, I think, right? I mean, that's basically when you were slowed. Alright. Well, that sucks. I mean, why does YouTube do that? That makes it a lot harder to interact with the audience. And I mean, that's what people want to do on streams, right? I mean, that's basically the only reason I'm streaming is to interact with you fine people. I just feel like complaining about crap today, I guess. Alright. You are so suffused with divine magic that you weapon strikes carry supernatural power when... This looks like it's basically the same, except it has to be a melee attack, but that looks like it's the same as it was. Radiant strikes. Aura of Courage. You and your allies are immune to frightened condition while in the Aura of Protection. If a frightened ally enters this aura, the condition is suppressed while they're in there. YouTube is a crapshoot. Agreed. But you'd think, if they wanted... I thought YouTube wanted to challenge Twitch. And you'd think if they wanted to, they wouldn't have such a long delay on their chats. That's kind of really weird. Because, like I said, unless you're a giant streamer and this chat's just like flying by, most people are just here to interact with the people that are watching. Alright, anyway, let's move on. When you use lay on hands on a creature, you can also remove 1 or more of the following conditions from the creature. Blind, charmed, deafened, dazed, frightened, paralyzed, or stunned. Alright, so that makes lay on hands a little more interesting, but it still doesn't do diseases, I guess. Aura of Expansion, okay. That's not bad. That's pretty standard. I don't think these levels are the same thing. Aren't they lower levels? Or higher levels, I mean? Like, aren't all the stuff you get here, you get earlier in 5e right now? When you're rolling this, you're getting one use of the... Wow. So I'm coming to the conclusion that level 18 skills are just garbage all around, eh? Whoop-de-shit, you get a Channel Divinity. You gain the ability to improve... Yeah, Restoring Touch is pretty cool. I'm still missing the disease, but it's not bad. It is definitely can be very... Well, it can be really useful. And Epic Boons. Let's see what you get for an Epic Boon. Ability score by 2. Whoop-de-doo. Epic Boon, which I think we're going to get into. Alright, I want to see Oath of Devotion. Our expansion was... Okay, so it was actually earlier than it used to be. Cool. Alright, let's see what we get. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care about this fluff stuff. Yeah, that's good to know. I've never actually... Like, the only character I've ever taken to high levels was Flood, and he was a cleric. And I stupidly took like 2 levels of fighter, so I didn't even get my cool level 20 cleric thing. But in my defense, it's not like I expected that character to be like the one that actually makes it to level 20 out of all my characters. Alright, let's see. At 3rd level, Sacred Weapon. As a bonus action, you can expand one usage channel to be one sip or martial oil, and you're holding positive energy. For 1 minute, your attack, you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls you make with the weapon. That's not bad. And each time you hit, it causes you to deal its normal type damage or radiant damage. The weapon also meets Spirit Fly. Okay, sure. Aura of Courage is 13. Yeah. That does seem like the one that was lower before. Let's look. Maybe once again I'm wrong. Oh, it was 10 before. Okay. And... Yeah. Nah, whatever. Moving on. Ability scoring, career. Alright. So I wanted to look more at this. So the 3rd level one isn't bad. Oh, it wasn't a bonus action before? That's cool then. Did it only last a minute before? Nice. You become Paladin of Vengeance against One D&D. Smite of Protection? I don't know what that is, but I love the name. I will smite you to protect you. Your Divine Smite now radiates protective energy that will use your allies to stay in the fight. When you use your Divine Smite, choose yourself or an ally within 30 feet of yourself. The chosen creature gains temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus the level of the spell slot used for Divine Smite. You can heal with Divine Smite. That seems very counterintuitive, but I can dig it. At level 10, Aura of Devotion, you're immune to the charm condition. Well, okay. I mean, that's pretty standard if I remember correctly. I need to get, although all of them got a second aura at around level 10. I don't know what level they actually got it at. Level 14, Holy Nimbus. As a bonus action, you can imbue your aura of protection with holy power. This aura grants the following benefits for 1 minute or until you end them as a bonus action. Radiant damage. Whenever he starts his turn in the aura, the creature takes radiant damage, each of your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. The aura is filled with bright light. That is sunlight. Wait, did it say you only get one of those or you get both of them? But again, both of them would make the most sense. I don't think it said you got one. You cannot use it again. You can use this once until you finish a long rest, unless you expel spell slots of at least 4 or higher. Alright. Oh god, I forgot about the double damage on a crit stuff. Level 7 was the additional aura, so they did back that up. Okay, good to know. Thanks. Alright. Epic Boon of Fate. I remember seeing that somewhere. When another creature within 60 feet of you fails a d20 test, you can roll 2d4 and apply the total damage. So I think I've read this before, but might as well look at it. You have 8 use of this benefit, and when you finish a long rest, you regain 2d4 uses. That's not bad. I mean, it is a level 20 thing. It's not as cool as I was hoping it would be, but that's not bad. You have 8 chances to give somebody 2d4 to add to their roll. And it happens when they fail, so you don't have to worry about, like, wasting it. Then spell recall. Whenever you cast a spell from a spell slot, blah, 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 roll d4. If the number you roll equals a spell slot, the spell isn't expended. That's actually pretty cool. And it's only at the 4th level spell. That's pretty cool. Like, if you're a lucky guy, or a lucky gal, or a lucky elf, I guess, then you could cast quite a few spells without using a slot. It's pretty cool. True Sight. I think that gives you True Sight to 60 feet. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, I just want to look at some of these spells and see, like, the underlined one. Guidance, Resistance. I think that means the ones they changed, maybe. That's why they're underlined. Find Steed. No smiting on the chain's turn. You cast a spell. It does seem like they're trying. Like, I don't understand what their whole 25% chance not going to do the spell is great, but I don't understand what their whole thought process behind one D&D is. Like, it doesn't seem like it's streamlining. It does seem like it's trying to streamline the game a little bit, but I mean, didn't they streamline the hell out of the game for 5e? Because it seems like they might be trying to oversimplify it. I could be wrong. That's just the impression I'm getting. Like, the whole Druid wild shape thing is a horrible simplification. The Paladin thing is... I'd say overall it's less powerful than it is now. Would you guys agree? They want to reduce the power of multiclass? See, I never did much multiclassing. I do understand, like, the Paladin Warlock thing was whatever. Awesome, but yeah. Ooh, Barkskin. Is that aberration? Nope, transmutation. That makes way more sense. Alright, let's see. I'm just looking here a few things to see what else, but I think we've gone over the important stuff. Paladin Sorcerer. Oh yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Like, there's a trick where you get your spells back way easy or something like that. No, this is Paladin Warlock, isn't it? Sorlock or whatever it's called. That would be a Sorcerer Warlock, wouldn't it? Oh, I did want to look at this one. Wait, what is this? Otherworldly Familiar? What am I looking at? You cast a spell, choose a familiar type. Oh, so they did the same thing with Familiar. They just put them into types too? That's boring. Make the later feats better so it was a harder choice. That is a good call. Like, when I was playing a Druid in 5e, especially a Moon Druid, there's no way in hell I would ever multi-class. Because that level 20 feat is godly. And there are a few others you could say that for. Well, that's boring. Alright, what about this? 10 minutes for fine speed. You gain the service, blah, blah, blah. Combat. Alright. So that looks like about it. Overall, I gotta say, I am incredibly disappointed with this whole wild shape thing. Like, they made Druids way less fun. Paladins, they kind of sucked them up a little bit with the whole only one Divine Smite per turn and no spell in Divine Smite. But I don't know. Yeah, it seems like any mix of the charisma types is not a bad mix. Your Baird Steed. I don't think they would. I mean, that's just mostly... Oh, maybe they would. I don't know. Yay, caffeine. Alright. So yeah, overall, not a fan. Which is too bad, because actually when I went over the Cleric one, I thought some of the changes they made, like the nerfs they made, I thought those were actually... They made sense. But... Oh, here we go. Change log for the rules glossary. New entries. Dying. Knocked a creature out. Short rest. D20 test roll. Rolling a 1 on a D20 no longer awards inspiration, which is now called heroic advantage. What? Difficult terrain. Your allies are no longer difficult terrain for you, and furniture is difficult terrain if it's one size smaller than you or larger. Wait. Furniture is difficult terrain if it's one size smaller than you or larger. Oh, okay, or I got that. I read that wrong the first time. I thought it was saying if it's smaller than you or larger than you, it's difficult terrain, but if it's the same size, it's not. Yeah, I can see that too. But I wonder if they're trying to make characters overall less powerful. Because they definitely made Druid less... Well, I don't know. They made Moon Druid less powerful, but I don't know if they made other Druid types less powerful. I guess I'll have to look at more subclasses when they come out. Clerics, I think they are overall trying to nerf everything a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. Changes what caused you to fall. Grapple condition, movable and escape sections change. Help action now works with tool proficiencies. Heroic advantage, name change from heroic inspiration, which is no longer gained from rolling 1 on a d20. I have to look and see what heroic advantage is. Incapacitated. Long rest, move, blah, blah, blah. Removed entries. Ability check, attack roll. Why did they remove these? Oh, just because they didn't want to put them in this one? So let me go ahead and look at that heroic, whatever, inspiration. They didn't remove them. They're just not in this thing. Whenever you have heroic inspiration, also called heroic advantage, also called inspiration, you can expand and give yourself an advantage on a d20 test. You decide to do so immediately after rolling the d20. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, that is true. When you have one subclass like Moon Druids, and I mean, now they've added a few more, so it's not quite as bad as it used to be. But when it was when I first started playing the game, back in my day, Moon Druids were head and shoulders above the other Druids you could play. I'm sure you could be a land Druid if you wanted to suck at everything. I know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get my meaning. So I can understand them wanting to balance it out so that people are like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll play a land Druid this time instead of another Moon Druid, or instead of a Spore Druid, or whatever. But, man, I'd rather they do that by bumping everything else up instead of bumping something down. Because now it just sucks. I want to be able to turn into a goddamn wolf one round and a goddamn hyena the next round. All right, 2 rounds later because I get to turn back. But still, you know what I mean. Moon Druids were the only Druids. That's the only one I ever played. I loved Moon Druids. They were so freaking awesome. And you're right. I mean, they were early levels. You have a hit point pool that no one else can even touch. You're like, haha, barbarian, eat my dust, sucker. With your hit point pool, but still. I don't know. Not a fan. I don't know what I'm looking for here, but yeah. Anything else anyone suggests I should look at to piss me off or anything on this sheet, since you guys have all gone over it? I mean, trying to think, were there any other classes you can think where they just had one subclass that was head and shoulders above all the rest of them? And if you're wondering, I should really put my camera right here, because I look at the chat whenever I'm talking to you guys, even though my camera's right there, because I'm an idiot. They jumped insanely from 1 to 2. They had nothing for fuel out. Yeah, you're right. Missed the broken parts? You missed the part where I raged about how crappy Druids are now. And how you doing, Arlon Wolf? Yeah, there you go. Hexblade, that's a good example. So, hey, I don't think they've done Warlocks yet, so that's something to look forward to. So, Bards became more powerful, you said. And Druids definitely became less powerful. But I really don't mind them making things more even. I just don't like them doing it at the expense of my favorite subclass. That's all. Paladins, I think paladins were overall less powerful when it comes to damage dealing. They do have cantrips now, but I don't think that makes up for losing the extra divine smites. What they should have done with paladins, honestly, in my opinion, is giving them a reason to cast spells instead of using all their stuff on divine smites. Because anytime I played a paladin, I count the number of spells I cast as a paladin on one hand. I used all my other stuff for... what's the word I'm looking for? Totally lost my brain. I used it for divine smites. New Clockwork Soul or Aberrant Mind is much more powerful than the other sorcerers do. They don't have expanded spell loss. Oh, interesting. So the rest of this stuff is not really too different. At least doesn't look like anything is. But overall, I'm going to say this is a miss. A rare miss from Wizards. Who could have expected Wizards to miss something? Because, you know, they're so super freaking awesome. Battlemaster was the fighter. Really, is Battlemaster... I mean, I know Battlemaster is really good, but is it that much better than Champion? I never played Champion. I always played Battlemaster, so I guess that answers my question. Pick spells on the sorcerer list. Oh, because you have this... You were... what is it? You were multi-class. God, I can't think tonight. Yeah. I'll talk about that on the other stream, because later on I'll stream on Twitch. Probably in a few minutes. Once I'm done with this. But I think we've gone over enough here. Unless anyone has anything else to say. I'll leave the comments open to the gallery. Because I'm just repeating myself. And, yeah. Totem Barbarian was also much more powerful. Oh, you're right. That is true. Totem Barbarian was awesome. And it was Bear. Bear Barbarian. Yeah. No arguments there, Mark. You're the guy that had to... Wow. I don't remember what was the trick where you had to roll on the wild magic table way more often. And count the number of hits I avoided with shield for the last 2 years. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping by. If you want to continue the party, I'm going to head to Twitch soon, but if you don't, that's awesome. Not going to do D&D stuff there. And have yourselves a good night. I'll be on Twitch in about 10 minutes or so.